Hello, and welcome to my job at Homewood Suites. My name is Nina Richardson, and I'll be your tour guide for today. Let's get started. Where I work. I work at Homewood Suites located in Branchburg, New Jersey, which if you look at the map, you'll see is a part of Somerset County. It is located in the Midwestern region of New Jersey. We are owned and operated by the Bauer Group. Their mission is to create positive and lifelong emotional connections with our teammates and our guests, which is something that Homewood Suites in Branchburg strives to do every day. What do I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am a food and beverage agent, which means I provide food to the guests during the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. More specifically, however, in the back of the house, during operations hours, I cook hot items to meet the needs of the guest, wash dishes and glasses. In the front of the house, during the operation hours, I replenish items that are running low in the buffet, bus and wipe down tables and counters, provide great customer service for guests when needed. Opening items for the front of the house. In the morning, before I start to help in the kitchen, I make sure that everything in the buffet area is ready and prepped to go. My job is to turn on oven, warmer, cold display, and hot display, brew first pot of regular coffee, decaf, and hot water, prepare oatmeal and put in the kennel, display listed items with needed serving utensils, like oatmeal toppings, cereals, jellies, peanut butters, cream cheese, butters, yogurts, and fruits. I also prepare milk and half at the coffee station. I prep and display breads, bagels, and freshly baked items. I prep and display orange juice, apple juice, and ice water. And last but not least, I cook hot items that follow the daily menus, like eggs, meats, and sides. Back of the house. Here are a few items in the kitchen area that we use to cook and prep, as well as clean and close down. During the closing and breaking down hours, I wash all dirty dishes, glasses, pots, pans, etc. Flush juice machines and clean spouts. Wipe down counters. Mop kitchen floor. Prep items for the next day following our menu list. In this side, you'll see more of the images that are in the back of the house that I display. The first image is our storage unit, which is like our freezer and our refrigerator. And then next to that, we have our oven and our steamer. We use the steamer to make sure that the food is cool by the time that when it gets out the oven and is served to the guests as like backups, that they're still warm and good for the guest. Our freezer is obviously for like our frozen items. Most of the things that are in the freezer would probably be like our meats and like our frozen food like waffles or French toast. We also store our juices in there just so they can last longer. And then when the juices run low, we just put them in the refrigerator. Or we put the backups in the refrigerator and let them thaw out. Or we thaw them out in our sinks. The next image shows our washers, our wrench, and our sanitizers. We use that towards the end of the day to clean up around, say, about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Or actually throughout the whole day whenever our food and beverage agent helper comes in and gives us like dishes and things like that and glasses. We use the sanitize station to make sure that all the dishes are properly sanitized and good before we put them in the dishwasher. And the third image, which actually shows my food and beverage agent assistant, like this is towards the end of the day when she was like prepping everything and bringing everything outside in the front of the house in the buffet area inside, And this just displays the huge table that we use. My coworker, she says this is where all the magic happens. This table we used to prep food, mostly to bring out all the items that are in the freezer or that we're using for the next day, just to like set out on the table. And every day we make sure that this table is prepped, is clean for the next day, so that no one has to deal with the mess, because when you leave stuff out it causes a huge commotion and delays our time to bring out the breakfast for our guests. Front of the house during closing hours. During this time, which is probably around, I'd say 11, 12 o'clock, is when everyone's pretty much done. In this area, this is where I vacuum and make sure that all the tables are cleaned and perfectly organized for the next day. But before I do that, I pull away all items from the buffet. I wipe down the counters and the tables. I restock the buffet with clean items like the glasses and the plates. I also restock items for the next shift like napkins, sugars, teas, coffees, things like that. And I vacuum the lounge area, which I talked about earlier, as well as mop the buffet floor and making sure that I always put the wet floor sign, because I wouldn't want any guests to injure themselves and have any like huge problems like a lawsuit or anything. And that's basically what I do towards the end of the day. And before I close, I make sure that I do inventory check in the storage room, and I make sure that all the inventory in the back is pretty filled, and if anything is low, I always talk to my operation manager towards the end of the day and let her know that what's low and what needs to be replenished. And that's it. That's a day in the life at my job at Homewood Suites. And I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope you come to visit us soon one day. Bye.